It's been
Live
wonderful. Yeah.
in just a moment.
Live.
Watch the little thing on the top.
I
You're really gonna
think we're
go?
live.
Are you still good? Yeah. Okay. I think I was talking to. Oh, there we go. All right, we are live, everyone. Welcome to the I don't know if meeting of the EXO Economy Core team. This meeting, we meet every single week in order to help advance the EXO economy forward into the future. We always look to our meetings with that in mind. We have a good crew here today and a couple of people that have to go early. So I'm going to let them go first today with their project updates, and then we will get on with the show. Nikki, if you would be so kind as to post in the various places, or Kevin, if you're in groups that Nikki's not, that if anybody does want to get these updates, they're welcome to join and watch. Last little piece of housekeeping is we're live on YouTube, on the YouTube channel, OpenEXO. That's just youtube.com/OpenEXO. If you're watching us there, it's still interactive. It's not like being on the actual call, but you can pose a question if you like, and I will, or one of us will, hopefully find that question there, read it, and put it to the entire group here and try to answer it as best we can. So thank you, everybody, for being here today. And with that, I'll hand it off to Gerardo. Gerardo will be in popcorn mode. So after you've given your update, please pick someone else to go. Okay?
Cool. So, hi everyone. Sorry of being late today. So, I have multiple status related to the ExO economy. So, as you know, I am part of the team for the ExO Awards. So, we're moving forward that. We're going to have a booth from the decade of the ExO. And we're having also, if I remember well, a spot for the Latin American community for that event. On the other side, also we are Ardita and we are facilitating the Canadian part of the decade of the EXO. Right now we have 19 people from Canada registered, so I want to invite the whole Canadian community to join us this 17th of December at 3 p.m. Please, it will be very fun. Regarding the other project, Mana Marketplace, we're having a meeting in some minutes with an association in Quebec for the farmers. So it's one of the big associations here regarding farming. It will be a very interesting meeting. In the other things, we were talking about data and data analytics. So I will keep you posted about that. We're thinking for the next quarter to start developing a prototype. So the next Exos will go into development. And that's all for me now. Also, if there is a meeting for the next week, I will not be able to be there because I will be on vacation. But I will be with you in January. And okay. I want to tell you have a very happy Christmas time and an excellent 2021.
Thank you, Gerardo. Just a brief interruption about meetings. Thanks for reminding me. This is the last one of the year, everyone. Crazy enough. So I hope everybody's got some downtime planned and to let your minds refresh. It's been one hell of a year. So we could all use a little bit of a moment to be with our friends and families and as best we can and move on to that. But thank you for reminding me that, Gerardo, and thanks for your update. Who would you like to go next?
Eric.
Thanks, Gerardo. So hi, everyone. Good to see everyone. Not too much of an update this time around, other than sort of just prepping for our EXO Masterclass in January for Southern Hemisphere countries. As Gerardo mentioned, looking forward to helping out this Thursday, December 17th, for the Decade of the EXO. Anyone in kind of the USA regions, I know we have a bunch of sessions going, so looking forward to having you join us. And then, as Kent mentioned, I'm sure we may be talking about at some point, looking forward to helping out in the role of project coordinator or whatever it is it'll be called.
Yeah, I'll interrupt again, sorry. Everything's happening out of order today. It's my fault. Eric and I had a great chat. Had a really great chat last week, and some of you may remember that there was a role that posted on the Open EXO Marketplace a while back called Project Coordinator, and I did talk to a number of people about this role, but there was one standout who really was diligent about staying in touch with me about the role in particular, and it was Eric, and he is stepping into this role. We tentatively called the role Project Coordinator, and there are a number of active projects, and this is what we went over last week, is what's actually going on. And you don't even always hear about them in the project updates because sometimes they're not the most current, the most recent thing for everybody. Eric has taken on that mantle. Now we have a process here of sort of, it's a governance process of making the roles complete. So Eric and I have the next step to finish out what we call a fast filter, which is a variation of the impact filter, which comes from a company called Strategic Coach, not affiliated, but it's a wonderful little tool. And Eric and I will fill that out. It will get turned into a SWAY proposal, just like you saw happen with Nikki. And effectively, Eric is helping to finalize and create the role description for the role itself. That way we know for sure he knows what's involved. He helps me do it. And that gets posted to SWAY. And then we will be asking, as Nikki did, for everyone here to vote. So please keep an eye open because the role has to effectively ratify. This is an act of governance, growing the team. It's very holocratic in nature. Although we don't run a holacracy, it is a very holocratic or sociocratic thing to do. If you read about companies like Morningstar Tomatoes, they all write their own job descriptions there and manage them over time. So it's pretty awesome. I absolutely love it. And I love that we're running these types of experiments and growing here. So Eric, thank you. And I don't have my applause meter thing turned up today, so I'll give you the Zoom air clap and say thank you so much. I can't wait to work with you on that and everybody. You know, it's an important role. And Eric, thanks for stepping up on behalf of the ExO Economy. Thank you.
Sure, Kent. Thanks to you and the team for the opportunity. So
Great.
that's all I had. So let's see if Yaroslav is with us, and maybe he can go next.
I'm here. Thank you, Eric, and congratulations. That's excellent news. From my side, there was an event with the Philippines last Thursday, which has gone very well. We had Salim via video pre-recorded, and then myself and a few other, I think it was actually like over 10 community, like a dozen community members. They all will be remunerated in Exos, and it was great event. It was for the EO Entrepreneur Organization. So that was one kind of update there. Second update is we've been, as you know, working on marketing, on training and communication. Training and certification side. So we actually have webinars happening tomorrow to promote the consultant certification. We have almost 400 people registered, which is great news. So looking forward to meeting whoever will show up at the end on the webinars. Usually the ratio is not 1-to-1, but 1-to-5 or something like this, or 5-to-1. But that's kind of been progressing. So there seems to be a lot of interest in what we are offering and kind of people learning about the certification. And the final update is we have currently the 3 scholarship members pursuing through the certification. Everything is going well. In fact, in January, once they have finished, we want to kind of a little bit debrief with them and also maybe have introduce, I don't know if Vanessa is on the call, but have Vanessa speak with them as well. But we have also started discussing how we can make scholarship, like community funded scholarships, an integral part of running the certification courses. So actually have maybe 3 seats every time we run it, and look for ways that we can kind of create a scholarship fund from Exos partially from community and potentially partially from OpenExO, and actually have people be able to apply, and people who really cannot afford the certification program but are very passionate about it and be able to take it, or are willing to take it, then to make that possible. So we're still discussing like how exactly that would work, but that would be via Exos. So people would basically contribute Exos, and then people would be funded by Exos, and that would be kind of the way to do scholarships going forward. So I can give an update on that once the process is finalized, but that's kind of one thing that we have started discussing, or we are discussing based on the experience that we've had this week, because we already have like piloted the application process and the selection, and it has worked very well. So that's that.
Yaroslav, because I know that maybe not everybody here, I think everybody here will have gone through one or more of the various certifications, but all of our certification programs, almost all, I should say, of our certification programs use Exos as part of the certification process. And they use those Exos. It's part of what you get when you run the certification. They use them in our own marketplace over at the OpenExO platform. Do you want to say a minute on that, and even show a screen if you care to, your choice? But I think it would be a nice repeat, right? We do have to repeat things like this a lot as new people come into the world of EXO.
Yeah, sure. Well, I mean, I'm not on a screen sharing device at the moment, so
I'll share. I'll do it. I'll show the screen. If you can just sort of explain how Exos are leveraged in the certification programs, I'll bring up the marketplace. How about that?
Okay, perfect. So essentially in the foundations course, the way we are using Exos is that at the end we are asking people a question, which is to like if they could design any business that they would do, like a disruptive business, what would be their idea? And we take the ideas, and if they have good ideas, so like they have taken time, they have thought of a reasonable business, it's kind of an interesting idea, then we give them an award. It's something that we don't necessarily advertise like before, but we give them 500 Exos as an award, and we have been awarding Exos now for over a year, I think, kind of through this mechanism. So that's more of a gift if we see that they have really devoted some time to the question and they've come up with some good idea, then we give them the Exos and we encourage them to use it, to take that idea off the ground, because there are some really nice ideas there. In the consultant program, we essentially sponsor an advisory call posting. So we are teaching them how to use the marketplace, so basically we give $100 and 200 Exos for them to post a marketplace posting and to hire somebody to serve their clients. Actually, it's a part of the assignment is to work with the client. They are working with the client the whole program, and they have 3 meetings with them. And the third meeting is that the client can ask any question to our marketplace, and essentially they are using dollars and Exos to post it in the marketplace and to hire somebody for that advisory call. So that's in the consultant certification, and the third way that we use that is that we work with staff on demand to deliver some of the courses as well. So I'm not the only person delivering, and with some of them we have agreements around kind of mixed remuneration in dollars and Exos, or we have also worked with people purely with Exos to actually create some content for us. So we have partnered with a community member earlier this year that created an amazing set of 11 videos about the attributes. So that's another way that we are using Exos in the certification programs.
That's fantastic. And I did have my screen share, but there's something looks a little off now. I'm often an experimental user with the platform, so perhaps something's going on with my account that I'm not aware of this morning. So I'm not going to go into that, but if you're on the platform, you go to the opportunities tab, you take a look, you often will see students in the courses posting opportunities for a combination of dollars and Exos, just as Yaroslav described. So that's really what I wanted to show. And I think it's an amazing use case for the token. People are getting their education through scholarship programs. They're using them in the marketplace to do things, to tap into other people's capabilities. And as Yaroslav pointed out, to further, some of the things that come out of those programs are incredible, right? Some of the ideas that come through those programs are absolutely incredible. So it makes me happy when I see it. So thanks for sharing that. Yaroslav, who would you like to go next?
Kevin.
Perfect. So not such a huge update today. I am working on this event for the 17th. Really excited about all the different sessions from around the world. That people within our community are managing, and so a big thank you to everybody who's doing that. Really appreciate it. We, of course, as I showed last week and the week before, we are accepting Exos to join the event. So if you haven't got your ticket yet, then you can use Exos, and Kent is just sharing his screen there, which is showing the event. So really excited for that. One thing that we will be sharing, and I want you to give a sneak peek here, is just around some numbers for the actual community, and so I'm just going to quickly share my screen, and it's just a Google Sheet. So here you can see just some numbers from our community. So a count of members in January, and this actually is not November, it was today. I just redid the numbers today, and this is essentially the top 30 countries, and you can see some massive growth in some regions of the world, like the Philippines from 9 to 364, and New Zealand from 9 to 104, South Korea 2 to 50. So this is quite cool, and we'll hopefully be able to show this in a more graphic format. And then if we look at cities, these are the top 30 cities. So you can see, I mean, in the Philippines, most of the members are in Manila. I mean, that's up there in the top 10. Of course, we have Spain is our biggest country, and the two top cities are Spanish cities. This is just quite cool information about where folks in the OpenExO community are sitting, and perhaps which countries and cities we really should be seeing and trying to help folks, because there's a large amount of people. So that's what I wanted to share. If you once again, if you're not registered to join the event on the 17th, please do so, and share it with people out there in the world. And we're looking forward to closing the year out in a way that we look with possibility at the decade ahead. I mean, because it is going to be an amazing one.
Thank you, Kevin. The one quick thing to say is about this event coming up on the 17th. It's meant to be a celebration. It's meant to be a look back a little bit at where we've been and the insane amount of things that have happened this year. Exos are involved, so we're here in the ExO Economy Call, and they're embedded in the event in a couple of unique ways. And then really the thing that blows my mind is if you go over to that webpage and look at the agenda, and you look at the list of countries that have stepped up to represent and talk about what they've achieved. from an EXO context, doing whatever it is they do every day. It's insane. I mean, I just like to go through and scroll through. I'm happy just scrolling through and just seeing how many people have stepped up. And just like Gerardo said earlier, he's bringing 19 people from his sphere of influence and probably more. And this is, I can't wait. I don't like traveling. Anybody who knows me probably knows this. You have to travel when you work, but I don't much like it. But I am looking forward to when I do travel again, to borrowing that spreadsheet from Kevin and going, okay, I'm in here. There's 94 people, and having a hell of a nice dinner somewhere or whatever. And in the short term, people are having virtual meetups the world over. So not to sound too much like an ad, but it's exciting. And it's something that, thanks for sharing that, Kevin. Appreciate it. Who's going next?
You were going next?
Oh, I am. Okay. So my one update that I'm going to share that I haven't talked about yet is this one. So again, I'm in the platform here, and I just want to share a post I made, which I was alerted has a broken link in it. So I'll fix the link. But here at Open EXO, we're opening the platform APIs. And I'm extremely excited about this. It's a project we've been working on in a while. It's almost it feels a little bit like a spare time project. But if you go over here to a URL called openexo.com/dev, the reason this is super important for this call is because now it will be possible for third-party dev teams to further embed, say, how Exos work in the platform or something like that. And you can go here and you can see that we've released the first API. I have talked about this in previous calls, and we were scheduled to have these next 4 come online in December, but we had an issue come up with one of our systems that had to be taken care of by the tech ops team, and that pushed the release of the next API, which is the Circles API, to January 2021. This is the one that's been asked for the most, by the way, the Circles API. The events was kind of our practice run. When you click on those and you go over, you'll see that there's a bunch of funny looking documentation here. This is the REST API documentation. If you click on these and open it up, it will show you the data model. It will show you the expected response code, and you can actually try it out by clicking there. And it's not going to work right now because I did not authenticate myself, but that's how that works. And so in addition to that, I had the team, I said, well, if we're going to publish an API, we have to use the API. Right. So we should be the first ones using it. And so we do. And in fact, we use the events API on our own website to show upcoming events. And we do it with this application right here called the events list. And so we decided just to basically make open source and publish the events list code. And if you click on that, it will take you to one of our legacy GitHub repos. Please pay no attention to the repo name. Well, we're in the process of making some changes there. And is that thing okay? And you'll see we've got the docs and everything, and the team is in the process of continually improving and adding new docs. We're building an FAQ for the APIs, so that's all there. I can't wait to see what ways we figure out to integrate the API work with the Exos work. I think it's really an exciting idea and concept, and a whole world of opportunities opens up with that. So I really wanted to bring that here today as it's another project. It's not directly in this group, but it will over even the short and medium term affect the EXO economy substantially. And the only thing I wish is there were more hours in the day, so we were done and we had these 5 going and we could start asking questions about what's next. But that's where it is. So thanks for that. And this also means that we've kicked off something called the Open EXO Developer Network. This webpage is the homepage of that network. I know it doesn't look like much now, but that's okay. And then that group is currently meeting once a week on Thursdays. I am 100% certain that schedule's not going to work at this point for that particular group, because people are literally the time zone grouping of that particular group of people is kind of weird. So I'm going to have to figure out what to do with that as we go into the new year. I only have one more meeting of that group, and it's on Friday this week at 7:30 a.m. Pacific time. So you're very welcome to come and ask questions of the dev team or pose use cases or whatever. We're also implementing Sway over there for a governance protocol on decision-making and project acceptance. And so, yeah, that's it. I'm not going to have any other updates today. I'll pick I'll pick Michel to go next, since he's been right there on my screen the whole time.
Yeah, hi everybody. As you know, we've been working on a platform. It's called Divergenti. This platform was created because all of us went through the coach and the coach program, and we were thinking, how can we solve a certain problem and do it using this technology, using technology. And finally, it's coming to life very soon. I hope next week. We've already hoping to launch the website today in the afternoon.
Okay.
So Nikki, I'm in that with you. I'll send you the link very soon when it's on live. The application joins the small businesses who are going through their digital transformation, join that group of businesses to young and old talent who can lead them and help them through that journey. And we've been thinking this is going to be a good method that can tap into the skills of all the ExO community, because there are a lot of them who are well prepared, well trained in that area, and the use of ExOs that can circulate and make it work is another example of this idea that it works, because it works with win-win-win. So the small businesses win, the talented people win, and the community as a whole would win. We've booked a session on the 17th. Thank you, Kevin, for booking that. And we're going to explain and present our platform to the community. I hope it will be, it's going to be our first presentation, full of feedback, good and bad, that will help us, adjust and correct. And we think that the only way that technology should be, going through the technology is to help society. So that's how we always think, through technology to help society. And that's why our MTP is tapping through the abundance of talent to help society. Thank you, and I pass the word to Nikki. Sorry, I'm very nervous. So.
You did great. Nothing to be nervous about.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I met Michel. I'm sorry, Nikki. I met Michel in Chile some time ago. It was amazing. I was down there with SU Chile doing a conference and spoke on data and data science to the amazing audience there. And I got to meet Michel there, and the rest is history. So
awesome.
So cool,
Yeah.
Michel.
And send me the link. I'll send it around.
I will.
So we got our Fast Company World Changing Ideas Award submitted, and thank you, Yaroslav. And we tapped into PR Robin, who's in this community, to help spruce up the content a little bit. And then Salim came in and put his spit and polish on it. So in May, we'll be able to publicize whatever we win, and hopefully it's a couple of different categories. But
this work?
Yeah. And then we're going to be
Is that
using
working?
What's that?
Did you guys hear the applause? Did it work?
Oh, no.
Oh, bummer. Okay.
Oh,
I tried, Nikki. I tried. It was there.
Thanks.
Okay. Yeah.
Thank you. Okay. But we'll be using the Exos budget once it arrives, and I'm assuming that's going to happen after this event, on marketing the ExO Economy and sprucing up the branding, a little bit of color here and there. We'll be using the marketplace to hire our talent. And I know you said you had somebody in Colombia, Kent, that we could tap into if Ray's too busy. So I'll be interviewing for those people to take on some of that work. And then we've got a user experience issue. I know this came up in one of the other calls about how the flow is for users to get in and utilize the platforms. And so I want to help contribute to making some changes so that it's public facing and very friendly. And to do that, I'm going to need access to that API to this economy. I think you said that already existed, Kent.
Just a quick thing. What we talked about, and do I see Najib here today? No, I do not. The entire blockchain it has an API that runs on a tool set called Swagger. So there's a very rich developer API against what we call the full node, Nikki. And you can develop almost anything you can dream up just against the full node using the REST APIs if you wish. And that's one path. As you know, we have the developer network meeting is going to be the place to push further on that, but for sure, yeah.
Okay, awesome. And then just a couple of other things. I'm hosting an MTP session on Thursday, at least one, but possibly two. I'm having a hard time coordinating with all my Californians. So that'll be an interesting experience. And I'm hoping that somebody's representing the EXO economy. Otherwise, I could flip one of those meetings.
Cesar is.
Cesar's
got some stuff up there, and if we need to do more, we need to talk about it. I'm not strapped to the studio machine for the whole day, so it's possible that I could help with something too. Just let me know.
Perfect. All right, and then I have a third-party developer I want to invite to the party. So if you want to let me know what to tell them or how to entice them better. I don't think just showing up cold to a meeting is the right approach, but I have some people in mind, and they've got multiple offices around the world.
Okay, wonderful.
And I think that's it. How about we go to Vanessa?
Hello, everybody.
Hi, Vanessa.
Video here. Should be coming. Okay, can you hear me?
There you are. Okay.
All right. There we go. All right. So on the chat, I'm sharing the stats for the past week. Thank you, Nikki, for covering for me on the last meeting. Had some personal things that were kind of crazy, and my connection is not so good. So I am promoting, of course, our event of the 17th, as well as the EXO Awards, sharing all that. And Jaroslav, I was in touch with Anastasia, so she mentioned that we were going to wait till next month to contact the 3 participants that received the trainings that I sponsored for them. And we were going to do some live meetings. We'll coordinate that. Anything that you would like me to contribute or participate on Thursday, please just let me know. I'm open. Any way I can help. So to whoever is watching through the YouTube channel, please make sure that you follow us on social media, join our Discord community, please. And of course, the Open EXO. And we're always there in those channels for support. We are on the Telegram as well, so please reach out. This might be new, but we're all here to support everybody.
Thank you, Vanessa.
How about Cesar Nets?
Thank you, Vanessa. From my side, let's start with what Ken was mentioning. We have a session planned for Thursday, fluid chain sessions. Our plan there is to present Certifico to the community. For those who are not totally aware, Certifico is the new decentralized app that runs on the ExO Economy and also in Rutanio, Bitcoin, Ethereum. It's a multi-chain application for certifications and to make certification secure in the blockchain. It's an end-to-end solution. So we will be presenting that as one of the examples of how the new decentralized applications will impact our economy positively in the next 10 years. So that's the main purpose. We will of course talk about ExO Economy, but the main thing will be about Certifico. And Jaroslav, we will need to set some time. I haven't set that yet because Najib and the developers, they've been busy, finalizing everything, not only on Certifico, but also on the new wallet and the new node, many things going on this week, and that's one of the reasons why Najib excused himself today. But yeah, we would like to, at some point, have the conversation to see how we can plan to do all these 3,600 certifications that are already on OpenExo and put it into the ExO Economy blockchain. I think that would be awesome. In parallel, we are also supporting a panel. My phone just blocked here, a second. With the Miami team that is working on the Miami Con. Can you guys hear me? Because my phone keeps going to black screen.
You're good.
Okay. So that one is also happening on the Thursday. And basically, I will be leading a panel for the team from Miami, explaining why blockchain is important to Miami, why Exos is important to Miami, and how they are planning this Miami coin as another sister economy, but a different one to the ones we have created until now for Miami. So they are not ready to launch as the Chile team, that is a little bit ahead. But yeah, they will be there and explaining their thoughts and also gaining insight from the community. And the Rutanio team has also a session in the morning. So that will be also covered in Thursday meeting. So Kevin, thanks again for putting all these events together. And from our vision, I think blockchain is going to play a critical role for our economy, our gig economy, and how we see the future. So that's why we are focusing on those projects on Thursday.
That's fantastic. Let's see. Michelle, you have a question?
Sorry, I forgot to mention something very important, that before the year ends, we will be launching our blockchain proper. So it will be with the help of Cesar and Najib and Michal and you also. We're still learning how to do it, and it's very exciting for us. I mean, that's why I'm nervous. I mean, it's like waiting for the baby to.
Michelle, building a blockchain is more like raising a child than launching an app on the internet. It's totally a unique experience. So yeah. That's awesome. Congratulations.
That comment is very important. We are not ready this week, but once we are ready, we will let you guys know, because the Chile team will also, will like to have with your support to help securing the network, mining during the first weeks of the project. So we will let you guys know, and hopefully all of you can participate and also gain some additional rewards there.
Perfect. And also to remember, when members of our ExO economy are launching possibly their own economies, we think of those as sister economies, right? Those are the words we use. And there is one called Rutanio, for example, that is one of the most developed sister economies to the ExO economy. And there will be many more. I have no doubt this is going to be this is my opinion. Okay, take it as you wish. This is definitely going to be a multi-blockchain, multi-token world. And it's going to be fascinating to move forward with that and experiment together. So that's great news. Who has not gone? Can I get a show of hands or beeps or reactions or anything? So Daniel Nobelsdorf's out there. Daniel, do you have anything you'd like to toss in today?
Hey.
Hi.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, I can mention something, I guess. Started working with the Commons stack. We are basically building a stack of technology for public goods in the space. We're launching a Commons. A Commons is basically, well, all kinds of Commons are basically DAOs, but under the logic of the principles of managing the Commons of Elinor Ostrom. And the first Commons we will be launching is the Token Engineering Commons. And basically, I had to talk to Cesar as well. We're basically very open to get proposals for these Commons. There will be a hatch. And during that hatch, there will be funding coming in, and we will be providing funding to proposals that approach these commons. And well, it's a space very open for token economy proposals to come into. And yeah, that's basically that in very, very short, because I don't want to get like in depth in the tech, like, oh, conviction voting, augmented funding curves. It's fun stuff, but yes, I mean, basically we are open to have conversations with the ExO Economy, Rutanio as well, and anybody here that's pioneering some work for the public good, something that can be open source maybe. It is okay if there's something for profit, but just if the work is for the token economics, yeah, it should be something that's open. Happy to have those conversations as we go and continue. Yeah.
That's great, Daniel. You know, I read about your post on, I don't remember where. It was in the WhatsApp group or the Discord or the platform. I don't remember which place, but but no, it looks really interesting. And you know, our token engineering, our economic engineering, if you like, for the EXO economy is actually deliberately quite straightforward, quite simple. I'm a big believer that you can create a simple thing and complexity will arise, you know, from it. You don't have to start with complex things. They definitely seem to come around. So I look forward to seeing how we can look at what's going on with the EXO economy. It's definitely an open community and 100% open source project. So, and the whole thing is to transform the world for a better future and, you know, find economic empowerment methodologies to do that through token engineering effectively, right? And all blockchains are communities by nature. So if you ever want to get into that a little bit further on my side or the rest of the team, just let us know, okay? It's the whole point. All right. Let's see, real quick, just because I'm going to jump in. I had an awesome opportunity last week. I forgot to share that. I don't think I should blurt out which one it was, but it was a major global stock exchange invited me to give a talk through one of our community members who was doing some work with them. And that what they wanted to know about was our economy, the EXO economy, how it works and how it leverages blockchain and how the community engages with it. And so I had this wonderful opportunity to use the EXO economy as a case study for a talk where I blended in some of the work I did for the United Nations last year through We the Planet. And it was just a really fun talk. It wasn't too long. It was a very short talk with a long Q&A. So it was a really great dialogue that I got to have with the folks over there making waves on a global scale with how they're thinking about the integration of blockchain, crypto, and global asset exchanges like stock exchanges. So yeah, that was neat. It's not going to be public. There's nothing, no links, no nothing. I can't, that was a private chat, but really fun that those kinds of things are coming up as well. Okay. Let's see. I think Cesar went, Daniel, Kevin, Michael. Michael, Monique, I see you out there lurking. Do you have anything you want today to throw in or no?
Well, actually, I was about to drop because I need to connect to another call.
Sorry.
I thought about proxying for Najib, you know, working really hard to have our certificates in our blockchain and some other things, as I said. Nothing particular to report, maybe apart from the thing that I saw that Facebook had a community accelerator. They're having some demo days today. If I have any interesting info, I will proxy, okay?
Okay, awesome. Yeah, and as Michael said, the tech team, think of it as technology operations for the EXO economy and the blockchain. They're just flat out right now. They don't have a minute to spare, so not a problem at all. And it's going to be pretty exciting with some of the stuff that they're working on as they are ready to come here and show us all. So with that, I want us to end on time. I thank everyone for being here and for sharing. I think we processed most stuff. Please go to the circle. Oh my gosh, go to the circle or go to the Discord if you have something you want to process in between these meetings. I would like to see a little bit more activity going on there between the meetings. I know tons of stuff is going on already. That's fine. But yeah, if you need something, let's try to find each other in those direct and asynchronous communication modalities in between the meetings, because you can already see this meeting's getting a little full. It's getting harder to process everything through, and that's fine. It's normal. What will happen is once it's too full, it'll it'll divide like a cell into two parts, and we'll decide what goes into the other part together. Okay, so that'll be a proposal that goes through Sway. With that, we're done, and I wish everyone a good day wherever you may be.